Hey world, welcome to my universe. So for the past couple of days, a good chunk of YouTube land has been all a Twitter about a video posted by username Mr. ShyCity3 called YouTube is Dying, YouTube Exposed. Now, as you've probably already inferred from its title, Mr. ShyCity's video is not exactly a glowing review of what goes on at YouTube. It implies that the YouTube powers that be are much more strict and subversive with regard to their partners and users than they appear at a first glance, and really, it's a pretty interesting video. But interesting does not necessarily imply accurate, and what I am going to be doing today with respect to Mr. ShyCity's video is a point-by-point analysis and rebuttal. Now, the video starts with Mr. ShyCity in a cornfield stealing some corn, and it's actually pretty funny. But he's not just stealing corn, he's also talking about an email YouTube sent to a lot of YouTube partners that included a link to a page in YouTube's Partner Help Center with tips and suggestions as to how we might make our videos more entertaining, engaging, and therefore profitable. Now, Mr. ShyCity never acknowledges that this is where his list comes from. He never cites his source, but if you pause his video at the 1 minute and 7 second mark, you can see pretty clearly that that's what he's reading off of. And here is a side-by-side comparison so you can see for yourself. Now, being that YouTube's Help Center is open to the public, and being that I'm such a nice guy, I am going to do what Mr. ShyCity didn't do, and that is to cite his source for him. There's a link in the doobly-doo. Anyway, a good chunk of his 13-minute long video is spent repeating parts of this partner help page, but in his own words. If, however, you take what he says and compare it to what the site actually says, you'll see that Mr. ShyCity has quite the tendency to exaggerate and distort. The first point he hammers away at is that YouTube suggests we keep our videos under 5 minutes. The way Mr. ShyCity says it is, never post a video longer than 5 minutes because YouTube viewers have the attention span of a Mexican gnat. The way it's actually worded, however, in the Partner Help Center is, keep videos short and simple, and in parentheses it says, we recommend under 5 minutes. There's some serious disparity going on there in terms of tone that I could ramble about for a while, but first, let's go over a few more examples. Mr. ShyCity says that YouTube says to always be sure to post at the same times on the same days because our viewers are not too bright and like lab rats will come back out of habit. What YouTube's Partner Help Center actually says, however, is be consistent with the day/time you upload new videos. And that's it. That's all they say. There's no mention or implication of our viewers' intelligence whatsoever. Here's another. Mr. ShyCity says that YouTube says to, quote, post all the time, to be sure to post 2 to 3 times per week so you can make as much money as possible. Now, this one's interesting because it's the first where Mr. ShyCity isn't just distorting, he's actually lying. The Partner Help Center recommends that we, quote, try to upload 1 to 2 new videos per week. Not 2 or 3, 1 or 2, and there's no mention of so we can make as much money as possible anywhere. Now, there are a couple other points that Mr. ShyCity touches on that are distorted in a similar fashion, but the bottom line is this. The way Mr. ShyCity presents the suggestions from YouTube's Partner Help Center makes it seem as though there's some sort of unbreakable edict issued from the YouTube powers that be, crippling us in terms of what we can do with the site. The reality, however, is that YouTube's Help Center is just that. It's just trying to help. Their suggestions aren't rules. We're not forced to follow them, but they are helpful. I mean, if you were to upload 2 videos a week on regular days at regular times, each under 5 minutes, in general, you're going to see more success than people who don't follow those guidelines. It's what YouTube has found works best for people, and they're just letting us know. We should be thanking them, not reprimanding them. So that right there is the bread and butter of Mr. ShyCity's YouTube is Dying video, but in between those points, he makes a few other interesting claims about YouTube. I am not a shareholder of Google, but Mr. ShyCity says that he is, and I have no reason to doubt him. As a shareholder, he has access to the minutes from Google's shareholder meetings, and in his video, he reads some of the ideas that are floating around as to how they might try to make YouTube more profitable. According to Mr. ShyCity, these ideas, suggested in late 2008, include limiting those who have fewer than 3,000 subscribers to uploading no more than 8 videos in 1 month, and getting rid of any videos that have been on the site for more than 2 years and haven't accumulated more than 1,000 views. Now, these are slightly more viable causes for concern, but I wouldn't freak out about it too much just yet. Why not? Well, first of all, we don't really know the context in which these ideas were discussed. Were these 2 ideas out of 4 ideas, or 2 ideas out of 400 ideas? Things like that make a big difference. Second, if what Mr. ShyCity says is true, then these ideas were discussed over a year ago and still haven't been implemented. Now, they could still happen, but the fact that it's been so long leads me to believe that it's not particularly likely. And finally, YouTube is first and foremost a business, and if they're losing money hosting videos that aren't being watched, then there's not a whole lot we can really say about them taking those videos down. Another bizarre claim made by Mr. Shy City is that, quote, only like 6% of the charitable causes on YouTube actually give the money up. Everybody else holds on to it. Again, there is no source citation for this 6% figure, and I am inclined to believe that he pulled it out of his butt. I know personally many popular YouTubers who use the site to promote charitable causes or to raise money for charity, and who do it honestly. To make the ridiculous claim that 94% of the people who use YouTube to raise money for charitable causes aren't really doing it for charity and are just doing it for themselves isn't just dishonest, it undermines great projects like Chartjackers, the Project for Awesome, the Uncultured Project, the Jumba Fund, that are actually really doing incredibly awesome things. See, most of Mr. Shy City's YouTube is dying video is just silliness, but the charity aspect, that legitimately pisses me off.
This is my angry face.
At the 4-minute and 45-second mark of YouTube is dying, Mr. Shy City says that a company called High Arts Entertainment creates the videos for 27 of the top 90 YouTube celebrities. He says that includes writing, editing, and uploading, and that all the partner has to do is film and fork over 36% of whatever profits they make. Now, maybe High Arts Entertainment does in fact exist, and maybe they do produce content for a lot of YouTube partners, and if so, good for them. That's an interesting business model. But again, other than waving what he says is a contract around in front of the camera in a way that makes it impossible to read, he doesn't cite any sources. I mean, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And on top of that, I find it a bit curious that such a supposedly web-savvy company produces no relevant results when searched for on Google. Now let me be clear, I'm not trying to hurt any feelings here, and I'm not trying to create conflict just for the sake of creating conflict. When, however, misinformation begins to gain some traction, it's important that we take a step back and say, whoa, what's really going on here? Because the fact of the matter is that Mr. Shy City's video has gained traction for a reason. We all care about the YouTube community, and when someone makes what seems to be a convincing argument that our community's messed up, we're gonna pay attention. But here's the thing, our community, it's not messed up. Our community is awesome. YouTube is not dying. YouTube is flourishing. We are the center of the media world right now. Every day, thousands of new users sign up for accounts, post new videos, and contribute to this ever-growing community. What we are doing on YouTube, even this discussion we're having right now, has never been possible in any other form of media ever before. And this doesn't mean things are perfect, far from it. A lot of things can be better, and discussing how we can make the community a better place is a great conversation to have. But we need to make sure that this conversation is one based on facts, not just one particular person's distorted view of reality. Now, I don't dislike Mr. Shy City, and in fact, I commend him for starting this great discussion. But in order for this discussion to be productive, we need to move beyond over-the-top, distorted claims and converse with a mindset that is based on what is actually happening. I have rambled for long enough. Please share your thoughts, and until next time, I am Dan Brown, and I am out. If you like what you just saw, if Dan put you in a state of awe, subscribe to him and click the orange button. It really means something. If you'd do that, that'd be really cool.